Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another World of... Whoops, I'm on Guilders 2. There's World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft stream, where today I want to do kind of... Hopefully it should only be one stream, playing a Worgen Mage, where there's a set list of things that I want to do, and that is basically just completing the Worgen starting experience and heading into Darkshore, maybe explore that a tiny bit. But I've been excited to play a Worgen on stream, and I was trying to decide if I want to do like a full-on Let's Play series of this or just like a stream, and I decided I would do a stream of a Worgen character where I have been playing a bit of a Worgen Rogue in Cataclysm Classic, not too much, but on like the pre-patch launch day I like created a Worgen Rogue and was running around the road and doing some different things. But playing as a Worgen is fun, and like I said, I'll be playing as a Worgen Mage, where we can customize both our Worgen avatar and our human avatar. So we just have a bunch of different customization options, and I don't know, maybe I want like, maybe something like that. I like the blue eyes, because he'll probably be like a Frost Mage or something like that. I'm not sure about hairstyle, maybe something like that. Facial hair also changes, well, I kind of like that, the ears of the character. And then we could come over to human, and it's basically the same customization as like normal humans. A fun thing about like Worgens is that you can be both a human and a Worgen, but in combat you can only be a Worgen, but out of combat you can like switch back to being a human. And then at the very start of the game, we will be playing as a human. Should I make basically the character that I had in my Human Mage Let's Play series? I don't exactly remember what I look like. Let's go with that. And then maybe something... there's only black. I'll go with this. So I kind of look like my Worgen character too. And then I can create a character name. Accept that. And then let's go ahead and watch the starting cutscene.
Led by their indomitable king, Gen Greymane, the proud citizens of Gilneas want to conquer all of Lordaeron. Gilneas survived, but in the chaotic years following the Second War,
okay, this is super quiet. I have no idea why this is so quiet.
The Gilneans erected a mighty wall at the borders of their land, closing off their nation and their hearts from an ever-darkening world. Now, many years later, as the seemingly unstoppable undead scourge marches across Lordaeron, human civilization once again teeters on the brink of destruction. As war and terror close in all around them, the citizens of Gilneas are faced with one terrible truth. Their mighty wall cannot hold back the dead for much longer. And worse, rumors of a new threat have arisen within the kingdom's borders, of feral nightmare creatures that walk upright as men, but hunt and howl as wolves.
So here we go in Gilneas, which is such a cool location with like really cool vibes, and people were really excited to finally be able to explore this place, since it's been hinted at since vanilla World of Warcraft, where you could go up to the Greymane wall. And I'm going to activate that, and then auto loot's enabled. Okay, and let's go ahead and chat with Prince Liam Greymane, and we can go ahead and begin our journeys here, where it looks like the citizens see something on the rooftops, where we can see, of course, some Worgen up there. Or like the basic story going on here is that you have this human kingdom here, and now we have like the Worgens coming in. Or the Worgens have a lot of backstory, like related to the Night Elves and like the druids of the pack or whatever. But it's kind of like just a classic humans being overwhelmed by like werewolves basically, and being transformed into werewolves themselves, but in World of Warcraft, and with like World of Warcraft twists and stories added onto it. We've already leveled up to level 2, which is fun. Cataclysm leveling is really fast, and we currently have Joyous Journeys, which increases experience gains by 50%, And then there's also the Hallows Eve festival going on right now, where you can get like another like 20% experience buff, I think. So you can definitely level really fast right now in Cataclysm. So we'll see how the level scaling works as we progress through the zone, because normally you want to be like, I think it's like level like 12 to 15. I think it's kind of the range. I forget. I think a lot of people leave at like level 15, but we might be like level 17 when we are leaving. Got a rampaging Worgen here we can deal with. Which of course we are currently a human. So this is basically like the same thing as my human mage playthrough, which I really wanted to play mage in Cataclysm to kind of have like a full circle moment. Because I started playing World of Warcraft on my YouTube channel as a human mage. I started playing World of Warcraft in general as a Night Elf warrior, but I started on YouTube as a human mage, so it's kind of fun to see how the mage evolves over the years of World of Warcraft. Mage in the War Within actually looks really fun, because I watched a lot of the Race to World first, and the main perspective for Team Liquid is the perspective of a mage, so I've seen a lot of mage gameplay recently. But I also mentioned in my human mage playthrough, I kind of wanted to see how the game evolves over time, so I think this is a good opportunity to see that in the perspective of a mage. And we got a salvager's bag, 6 slot bag, which is nice. We can turn in these 2 quests, and we are level 3.5. We got a wolf fur coat, and we have a new ability available, arcane missiles, but we have to go to our trainer to train it. So we still have that going on in Cataclysm, of course. In Mr. Pandaria, you just automatically learn all of your skills. But in Cataclysm, it's very different compared to how it was in Vanilla, the Burning Crusade, and Wrath Lich King, where there was like spell ranks and you had to learn like every rank. Where once you learn the skill, you know it forever. And then it just, there's like a really weird lighting thing there. Right here. That's interesting. But nowadays, your skills and spells just evolve over time as you level up. They automatically level up with you. So let's speak and learn arcane missiles, and we can learn fire blast at level 5. And then let's practice arcane missiles, where we need to throw it onto our skill bar like that. And then you can't do that yet. So you can only use arcane missiles in Cataclysm once you've activated it with other skills, so it's a proc, compared to Vanilla, where you can just use them whenever you want. And it was kind of like the Arcane Mage's primary attack, even though in like Vanilla nobody played Arcane Mage. And then in like Wrath, I think they added Arcane Blast, which became the Arcane Mage's primary attack. Keen Gin Greymane, of course, probably one of the most famous characters in all World of Warcraft, where we see his introduction to World of Warcraft here in Cataclysm, but of course he was a big part of Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3 to a lesser extent. And then he existed in Vanilla and lore, of course. But now we see him in the game, and I think he doesn't play a part in the War Within. Is that correct? He also didn't play a part in Dragonflight, to my knowledge. I'm not super up to date with modern World of Warcraft expansion stories for like individual smaller characters. I think the War Within is like focusing mostly on like Jaina and Thrall and Ilaria and Captain Broderick. So Darius Crowley. There's a fun storyline going on here with like the Worgens attacking, where we are trying to defend the city, so we are freeing prisoners, where Darius Crowley was the leader of a rebellion, the Northgate Rebellion I think it was called, where a group of people rebelled against the Greymane family, who were in control of Ghanaius because they weren't enjoying what the Greymane were doing with Ghanaius, with basically kind of building a giant wall and isolating themselves from the rest of the world. and kind of a trend that we see throughout this entire starting experience is how isolating Gilneas from the rest of the world might not have been the best decision. Where in the short term it was good, but in the long term it was not the best thing for the nation, because they are kind of left on their own until Night Elves appear and bring the Worgen into the alliance. Which the Night Elves are basically responsible for like the Worgen taking over Gilneas anyways, given the fact that they brought the Worgens into the world originally through acts of druidism a long time ago. But then, of course, anyone who's played vanilla World of Warcraft or Shadowfang Keep knows the story of Arugo and how he's played a part in like the Worgen being in like this area of the world specifically. This quest is just surviving for 2 minutes, and normally I think a lot more Worgen attack, but it seems to be pretty calm right now. Oh, there's the Worgen. There's like so many of them right there. That's so weird.
We need to target something first.
We have a lot of healing right now, which is good. This buff shows us how long we have left to defend from the Worgen. There's a Bloodfang Worgen over there. There's an Alpha. Lord Darius Crowley and Tobias Mistmantle are both pretty important characters, I think. Especially Crowley. Lorna Crowley, Darius's daughter, I believe, is pretty important in future expansions, especially like Legion. There we go. Turn this in. There's the belt. Speak again, Greymane. So let's head back down here. And normally you would want it to be finishing the starting area at like level 5, level 6, but we're about to hit level 5 and we're like halfway done. So maybe I'll skip a few bonus quests, even though I like completing them because I'm a completionist. We'll just see what happens. Let's come around this way. Lord Godfrey.
What now? Worgen.
Continuing this way. I like the Worgen slash on whatever poster this is right here. Oh, it's a poster of Worgen. It's probably like Beware Worgen in the Woods or something. But this is maybe the most important moment of the starting zone, where we come down into the cellar here and we see Josiah Avery right here.
What's your story?
And he says, "Don't look at me, leave me alone," where he transforms into a Worgen and bites us and knocks us back. And then Lorna Crowley, whom I mentioned, is just shot him and killed him. But we now have a Worgen bite. You were bitten by a Worgen. The wound looks minor. Maybe it'll go away with time.
This mastiff will help you find the hidden.
But given the fact that we are playing as a Worgen character, that might not be the case. I have to find a bunch of lurkers now. I know sometimes this quest can be annoying for some people, because sometimes the lurkers just won't appear. Where today's the first day of the Hallows Eve festival, at least in Cataclysm. And people are kind of frustrated because one of the candy buckets for Alliance characters at Refuge Point in the Arathi Basin is not there at all. So it's basically impossible for players to complete the achievement, and also basically removes one of the candy buckets from the game, which can be annoying. And then also the main quest line for both Horde and Alliance are bugged right now, so you can't even complete the main quest line. It's just kind of a trend with Cataclysm. There's been a lot of bugs. People have been really frustrated about that. Just got obliterated by this lurker here. I'm just killing all of them because they're in my way, and my Mastiff is going off and attacking them. Do we go back down here? Oh, Lorna's right here.
Make it quick.
We can get the staff and we can get a wand, which is nice. Speak to King Greymane. We just became friendly with Goneus. So let's equip the staff and let's equip the wand. And then I need to equip the shoot ability, so I can shoot people with my wand. Message to Greymane. Let's rescue Krenin Aranis, whom is a pretty important character, or like side character for Worgen storylines. Rescue him, and now, oh, I had control for a second, now I don't have control. But the horse is getting attacked a lot. We can see the Gilneas City Guard have formed a perimeter around this area. Come back over this barricade.
Thank you, I owe you my life. Speak. We've got Aranis. Fire at will. What now?
Speak to King Greymane. I think an interesting aspect of like Worgen society moving forward into the game is how some people of Gilneas, or Gilneas society specifically, some people of Gilneas are Worgen and some people of Gilneas are humans, and like they obviously coexist and are fine in the future. Let's see, Mage Trainer. Let's learn our Fire Blast ability.
Ain't you a chipper looking one?
I seek further training. This is a lot. Let's get Fire Blast.
Good day.
Let's throw Fire Blast onto our bar there. King Gan Greymane. And then Darius Crowley. And then we can round up these Worgen.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
But as we progress through the zone, we obviously see Goneus being overtaken and destroyed by a variety of forces. But then it's with Dragonflight, I think they finally added a quest for Alliance and I guess Horde 2 to be able to retake Goneus,
I can't cast that yet.
so that the Goneans can have control of their city again.
That's still recharging.
And I feel like having that storyline in Dragonflight was kind of setting up for a overhaul of like Goneus and like the northern eastern kingdoms in like the Midnight's expansion. I have a feeling we're going to see something like that. Tobias Mistmantle.
What can I do for you? What's
And
your
now let's hop onto a cannon and just lay siege to all the Worgen attacking here.
spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That
We can see a
spell
lot of
isn't ready
Northgate
yet.
rebels
That's still
in
recharging.
rather dapper
I
clothing
can't cast that yet.
defending
That
the
spell
cathedral
isn't ready
here.
yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
One
That's
more.
still recharging.
There we go.
I got a bad feeling. Keep your chin up, eh?
Level 6. Good progress as far as leveling goes. I've been playing for like 15 minutes. Never surrender, sometimes retreat. Rebel valor, we're inspired.
We do what we must. We will prevail.
So the Worgen are now inside the cathedral, so let's go ahead and deal with them. Oh, I did not finish this guy off.
can't cast that yet.
One thing I can tell about Mage spellcasting Cataclysm is that it's very fast. Casting these fireballs in less than a second compared to like the 3 seconds of vanilla. Which combine that with you dealing more damage with the fireballs and them having like less health, you just tear through enemies.
Look at what you've become. Those cursed beasts. They've left you nothing more than just another wretched mongrel. Do you even remember what you did to your friends? Your kind, haunting the wilds unchecked, until we found you. They've kept you alive because they still believe you can be saved. To which I must ask, is there even a shred of humanity left within you? Perhaps we will find out soon enough.
So it looks like that bite was definitely something to be concerned about, where we are currently locked up right here, and the royal chemist Crinan Aranis is trying to save whatever shred of humanity we have left, which I think he just like fed us a potion or something right there. And as we load in, we can walk around free, where Lord Godfrey does not like the Worgen at all. Where we are now in Duskhaven, and I think this is like 3 weeks after the events inside Gone City, which we are all the way over here now. Let's come into here. We got Jack All Trades Darrington. And we could go ahead and begin progressing a few different quests. Mary Oxworth. This is a bank, not a merchant.
Keep your chin up,
The merchant here, general goods vendor.
You got fine taste, I can tell.
Now we can go ahead and begin progressing
Spread the good word.
through kind of like Gioneus as a whole, where this is basically an instanced phased version of this map, which in the open world map, it's kind of like at the end of the storyline here. So it's kind of interesting where this is basically Elven Forest, where Gone City is basically like Northshire. So we're progressing through like the first zone of the game, where we have like the starter area, but it's like locked away from the rest of the world, so we can't leave this area until we complete the storyline here. And like other people can't come in here and do this storyline, so it's locked to only Worgen. And we see that with goblins as well, which is very interesting, because with like the Blood Elves and Draenei, it's not like that. It's like all the other starting zones. But we see that with the Pandaren and the Drakthir, and we kind of have that with the allied races. They have a instant starting area, but it's not long at all. It's like a 15-minute starting thing. But we can see the Forsaken are attacking. Gioneus will soon belong to the Forsaken. Anyway, kind of the story going on here is Gioneus is like a very large area, and it's surrounded by water, as it's on like, would this be a peninsula or whatever? And it's had like a natural reef that has prevented like boats from coming into Gioneus, so it served as like a natural barrier on or in the ocean to protect Gioneus. But with the Cataclysm, the reef was destroyed, and the undead are taking advantage of that and are beginning an invasion on Gioneus. And we'll see the invasion from multiple sides. one of which is going to be this side, as we see the Forsaken ships down there, and they're about to start attacking
What's your story?
Duskhaven. But I want to learn Frostbolt.
Keep your
Because do
chin
I
up,
want
eh?
this as my primary attack? 30 to 35, 34 to 41. But this is slightly faster now. We can see Fireball's like cast length has doubled. And Frostbolt is still longer than what it was. Here are the Forsaken attacking. I'm going to ignore this one for a moment. I want to pick up the quests if I can. There we go. I'm taking a lot of damage here. I'm not sure which spec is the best for leveling in Cataclysm, but I'm kind of feeling like going Frost so we can just see what Frost is like in Cataclysm. I was playing a bit of Arcane Mage just for a few levels on another character. And why am I doing that? I want to throw the keg at the abominations. Frostbolt's definitely nice because it slows down the enemy movement speed by 40%, which is a very powerful utility mechanic in the open world. I need 2 more abominations, but this entire area is just beautiful. Like, Gilneas is an absolutely gorgeous zone. Maybe one of my favorite zones in World of Warcraft. Where the rest of Cataclysm, I'm not a big fan of aesthetically. Twilight Highlands is really good. But the other 4 zones aesthetically aren't my favorite things. They're not like horrible, but I think most people hate how Deep Home looks. Okay, I need 2 more abominations, Forsaken invaders. No more abominations, so let's avoid them. Am I going to get the attention of every invader for attacking this one? Looks like we're good. Let's turn in these 2 quests. Just speed through this zone. Let's get Spice Bread, I guess. New wrist item unlocked. Let's return to Gwyn. We're almost level 8.
Get gabbing or get going. Watch your back.
Okay. Out into the rest of Duskhaven. Looking at Worgen ratios, we have Dark Flight, which increases our movement speed by 40%, which is nice. We get a skinning bonus, so skinning skill increased by 15, and allows you to skin faster, which is cool. Viciousness increases critical strike chance by 1%, which is not really good for us. Is that it? I think that's it. But if you're playing like a Worgen rogue, I think that's pretty decent, especially since you might want to pick up skinning as a rogue character so you can be a leather worker. Which is what I did with my Worgen rogue character, but I odd-leveled my skinning skill very, very quickly. We need to save the children, kill the Forsaken captains. It's just like traps on the pillar right there. She resisted my fire blast. The interiors of all these buildings are just really, really cool. Here's Ashley. We have Cynthia over here. I almost didn't see this foot soldier in the cornfield. It's kind of funny. There we go, level 8. Okay, there's another child somewhere, but let's come this way.
That's still recharging.
We can use our wand ability. I don't think you'll often use a wand in Cataclysm. Like, there's not really too much of a point, is there? Like, it's really hard to run out of mana in Cataclysm. Okay, is a sailor downstairs? Let's come into here. See back here? This is like the captain's quarter. Not there. Is he up top? Did I miss him? What is my camera doing? I thought normally he's up here, but he's not. So maybe he's below deck?
I can't cast that yet.
1 health point. Oh, there he is. Captain Anson.
Spell isn't ready yet.
I guess one interesting thing about Gilneas is that the Forsaken also come through here during their leveling experience, where it's kind of like just part of Silverpine Forest. Wish any Horde character can do those quests. But it's in like the normal version of Gilneas, but it has like a lot of phasing mechanics going on depending on how far you progress through the quest. Which I actually wonder what Gilneas is like in modern WoW if you've completed the capturing quests. Like, are there just a bunch of Ghanaians all around now? Okay, we need a catapult. No close catapults, but this one doesn't have somebody using it, so let's go like that. Just launch ourselves onto the ship.
I can't cast that yet.
Okay. Nope, that's just a sailor. So I'm going to guess below deck again. There he is. Captain Morris. Morris is a very Forsaken sounding name. Fire blast, arcane blast, or missiles, not blasts. I keep being like less than 5 health points away from killing them. Okay, my camera's been doing something weird. Now we just need to free James for the Save the Children quest. So pretty close to where we need to go back to. So let's just run this way. Is he in? Oh, he's right there.
That's still recharging.
Can use our sprint. Sprint's gonna be really nice until we're level 20. I mean, it'll still be nice after level 20, but since we don't unlock our mount until level 20, this is our only boost of speed until we unlock Blink, which we might actually get soon. flying Worgen robes.
What now?
I got a bad feeling. Good day.
Leader of the pack. So, new pants, new robes. Blue is my favorite color, but this might be like one of my least favorite shades of blue. It's still kind of cool. Multiple colors. Kind of green on the back there, and brown. I do like the looks of these robes. Maybe I should hold on to them. Okay, the Dark Ranger. So we're going to want to use the Mastiffs, and they're just going to go in. I'll just DPS down as fast as I can. Got the attention of one of the foot soldiers, and then there's 3 other foot soldiers. Guess we could kill him too. She dropped something. Could be anything. 14 copper. Look at that. It's the equivalent of 2 blues and a green. Oh, a forest mushroom cap. One very interesting thing about this zone that we're going to see in just a second is we should look at the map and look at how it is now, and then look around us and see how it is now, because with Cataclysm there's a lot of phasing in maps where things change, but Gilneas might be a zone that changes a lot more than other zones. So I was turned in this quest, and then we just got knocked down to the ground because of an earthquake. We just picked it up as the land shatters. So there was just a massive earthquake, and if you listen closely, I was talking over it, you could hear like water rushing, and if we run out here, this entire area is now destroyed and flooded, and if you look at the map, the water has encroached further and further inland. We're in this chat with Liam. And let's rescue 4 drowning watchmen, and there's some forsaken survivors down here we can deal with.
I can't cast that yet.
Back onto land. And then 3 more times. Oh, can we rescue that one? No, he's just unconscious. He's not drowning, so he doesn't count towards the quest. But the Forsaken survivors are like level 6, level 7, and we're almost level 9, so we're definitely out-leveling this area.
My people.
And then let's pick up the mana potion, I guess. I should probably throw these on my bar, and I should throw this stuff on my bar too. And let's return to Duskhaven. You can see some horses there that look like different types of horses compared to the ones that we see in like the Kingdom of Stormwind. Which is fun. And Worgen / Alliance characters can unlock that type of horse, and then a black variant of that type of horse, I believe, which is cool. I love having unique models, just lots of models and lots of options and stuff. It's always fun to see. Now, I guess there are, in general, just a lot of horses in World of Warcraft.
Long live Greymane. That's enough gabbing for me today.
So we are going to evacuate Duskhaven, and we have to go ahead and run around this area and help evacuate some of the people. But let's come to my mage trainer really quickly.
Ain't you a chipper?
Let's see what we got. Counter spell may be important. Frost Nova occasionally important, and that is all. At level 50, we can increase our intellect by 5%, which is interesting.
Watch your back.
But Frost Nova just roots people in place. Counter spell important if you're fighting any spellcasters because it interrupts their school of magic. The Crowley Orchard with Lorna Crowley.
What is it?
So let's go rescue some mountain horses, but something we need to be very careful of is Koroth the Hillbreaker, as he's just wandering around the hills here, and it's kind of like a Phil Reaver but in Goneas. So if we catch his attention, it's going to be a very bad day for us. Oh wait, I completely forgot. We can get on one horse, and then we can use the horse to round up the other horses. So we only have to come back once, but I accidentally brought that one back. Come here, round up this horse before Croth gets here. Okay, and then there we go. So I got 3 horses with me, and I'm riding a horse, so that should be all we need. Turn this quest in. Hopefully we will get credit. There we go.
Make it quick.
Got some gloves. And that's all that we needed. Like all the architecture in this zone, so cool. Plus like the color scheme of like the stones and the grass and like the skybox and whatnot. Also just phenomenal. The decoration, art style,
That's enough gabbing
just
for me
fantastic.
today.
I love this entire set. We're almost level 10, and I think we're going to unlock like multiple things at level 10 as far as skills go.
Any friend of Greymane is a friend of mine. Farewell. Long live Greymane.
Grandma's good clothes. There's this Forsaken Scout just staring at it.
I can't cast that yet.
I got a bad feeling. Keep your chin up, eh? Good day.
Recruit Chance the Cat. All the way over here on the rock. This undead says he'll be taking the cat. We can go ahead and kill him. But running in is a Grandma Wall. And she transforms into a Worgen and starts beating the undead. But we got the cat. This grandmother didn't want to leave without her most important possessions. Her cat, her book,
Get
and her
gabbing or
clothes.
get going.
Orange blanket.
Long live Greymane.
Go ahead and equip that. It is indeed orange. Look at that. It's kind of blanket shaped. One more quest down here. The Wayward Brothers. Got some Forsaken Castaways. And then a bunch of Hayward Brothers. And a really cool boat model. I love the look of that boat. And this boat.
How are you? See you around. See you later. Safe travels. Hello. Have a good one.
Safe travels.
They're going to sail out of here. They're tiny boats. It's interesting that these undead are level 6 too. And here we got the tools. All these interiors are just immaculately decorated. I love it. Fireplace doesn't have a fire, but it would take damage from the fire. That's interesting. Coal tar. Now we just need to kill 3 more undead.
Good day to you.
Tim Hayward has some armor on.
See you around.
Level 10.
See you around.
Escape by sea. Let's return to Gwyn Armstead. So let's equip that. And then we have a new bag. So we have an 8-slot bag now, which is nice. And then I think everything is just trash, but I wanted to hold on to the robes. Should I hold on to the boots too? And then I'll sell everything else. I should probably just sell the linen because I don't think it really sells for anything significant in Cataclysm. It's like 20 silver. Where you get like 5 gold from like trash drops in Cataclysm. But we've unlocked talents. I forgot about that. We got Frost, Fire, and Arcane, of course. And which one do I want to do? I think I want to do Frost. We can summon a Water Elemental, or we can unlock Pyroblast, or we can get Arcane Barrage as Arcane. If you look at the talent trees. Do we get Water Elemental straight away in Cataclysm? Or is it like later on? I think I want to go Frost, just so we can have like a side-by-side comparison with Vanilla. But what do we want? Multiplies the critical strike chance of all your spells against frozen targets by 2. Increases damage done by frostbolt against frozen targets by 10%. Reduces cast time of frostbolt spell by 0.3. This effect becomes inactive for 15 seconds after use. Oh, so like the first frostbolt you do is like really fast. Let's do Piercing Ice and Shatter, I think. But we learned Summon Water Elemental straight away. So let's throw this onto our action bar. Maybe there.
I got a bad feeling. Good day. Farewell.
And then we can try that out in combat in the future. But we just got to Greymane Manor. The gate opening there is really, really cool. But we are evacuating Duskhaven. And you can leave this beautiful area behind as we progress further into Goneus. So we've completed like the second area here now. So here you can see a bunch of stagecoaches. And let's run up here where we can chat with the Queen and King of Goneus. We got Queen Mia Greymane and Princess Tess Greymane. Princess Tess becomes a pretty important character. She plays a big part in the Legion Rogue Order Hall storyline. I think she shows up here and there. But up to the Keen's Observatory, which we're about to see something kind of horrible, which you might have seen if you've been paying close attention to the screen. Like just now, we saw a little bit of a sneak peek of that. But we can also see over there a sneak peek of something. Up here, let's chat with Gin and Alas Goneus. So multiple things we can see there is that now Duskhaven, the area we were just exploring, is now completely underwater except for a few islands here. So this absolutely gorgeous area is now lost to the sea, but really fun to explore here in the starting experience for Worgen. But then we see over there a bunch of Forsaken ships similar to the ones we saw earlier, and then a massive Horde gunship flying overhead. So, Exodus. We have no choice after the start. We must move further inland. I don't like it one bit, but we're vulnerable here. So let's go ahead and come down here, where we can board one of these stagecoaches that we saw earlier. Lorna Crowley's here. Marie Allen is here. And got Gwyn Armstead, Crinan Aranis, and a few Duskhaven watchmen. You can see we came up this road here, and the gate is still standing there midair, which is kind of funny. But the road is now destroyed. But we can go along this road. So a very intricately built road system. And we got a really cool gate there and an incredible bridge over there. Keen's Gate. Just wrap myself in a blanket. We got the road going down into Gilneas City there, but it seems to be a little bit destroyed by the earthquakes. And then this road that goes underneath here. I think you can kind of, at this point in the story, just run off and run around Gilneas, but you can't leave Gilneas until you complete the storyline, which is kind of interesting. You can see ogres are attacking us. And then we've got this stagecoach here that's destroyed. Liam's stagecoach. So let's go ahead and rescue some crash survivors. And we could maybe check out the water elemental now. This is the first time we've been able to fight anything since we've unlocked it. So let's use a frostbolt and then summon water elemental. And I think it just hangs out with us for a short time, I think. But it has this water bolt ability. Deals some frost damage to the target. Also has this freeze ability, blast enemies in an 8-yard radius for some frost damage, and freezes them into place for 8 seconds. So it's basically like Frost Nova, but it's like a second Frost Nova that you can use. And that is such an interesting bug. So I'm not entirely sure if water elemental lasts forever or not, but I guess we'll see if it despawns in the immediate future or not. But it is a 3-minute cooldown, so we can activate it pretty often, and it's almost been a minute. But just having the water elemental with you is like a flat boost to your damage. It's like basically having a hunter pet, and we can see like this whole UI situation going on here. It is very similar to a hunter pet, where we can give it some commands and stuff to how to move to a certain location. I need to remember to go to the merchant because I keep forgetting. I also need to go to my mage trainer, but we won't see a merchant or a mage trainer for a few minutes, I think. Prince Liam Greymane, stranded at the marsh. And then I'll just pick that. Let's come up here, kill some ogres, and obtain Koroth's hammer, or banner. Banner. Which Koroth, of course, was the massive, is it Etten, I think, who we saw earlier. But it seems like he has a legion of ogres at his disposal, and we can go ahead and try to turn the ogres against the undead. This banner has like a pig head on it. Okay, the water elemental is still with us. So it seems like it's permanent. I think at some point in WoW's history, I knew it was permanent. And maybe that point is Cataclysm. Let's come kill another ogre really quickly before we steal the banner, because I think he starts walking forward, and we want to escape as fast as possible once that happens. We'll see if it despawns when its cooldown is over, so we'll see if we have to respawn it off cooldown. He says, "Who dares to touch Koroth's banner?" Let's go ahead and come this way. Just run away from this situation. You want no part of that. Use my dark flight ability. That's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, only 14% of my health. I look taller. And then I regenerated 13% of my health in a second later. Let's turn this in. Level it up to level 11. And it looks like we phased into it. But basically, the Forsaken come down here, and then we throw the banner, and then they fight each other. But I think Koroth is like supposed to be back here or something. There's Koroth, and then they begin fighting each other. But we have Stormglen all the way down this road, so let's continue this way. Throw another talent into Piercing Ice. If I have Shatter, I want to make sure that I use the Freeze and Frost Nova abilities. Deep Freeze stuns the target for 5 seconds, only usable on frozen targets. Deals 91 to 101 damage to targets that are permanently immune to stuns. So that's a nice ability that we can look forward to at the end of this tree, but I'll probably never reach that on stream at least. Here's our Mage trainer. We unlock Evocation at level 12, and we currently have nothing. So I thought we'd get something at 10, but I guess we do not. Oh, another player here. It's the first player I've seen.
Keep your chin up, eh?
Let's pick up these quests.
What is it? Alright then, what have we here?
And then let's sell all this stuff. I guess this is an upgrade.
Cheers, mate.
So we need to collect pages and then kill spiders. This zone is perfect to have some spiders in it. This zone is kind of fun to explore in October because it's kind of spooky and whatnot. It fits the themes of this month. These quests are level 8, and we're currently level 11. I'm not sure which quests are skippable. I'm sure there's like some sort of guide you can follow if you just want to try to get out of here as fast as possible. But I like completing every quest in every zone, which is kind of hard to do in Cataclysm because you outlevel zones so fast. But we are kind of stuck here in Gilneas until we complete the storyline, so... But yeah, I think oftentimes you get like halfway through a zone and then you've outleveled it. Which has been interesting to play a lot of Cataclysm. I've been playing more Cataclysm than I thought I would, but mostly just for like the nostalgia trip like streams that I've been doing. But I started playing a little bit of vanilla recently, and I was having so much more fun for some reason. Arcane missiles. Okay, back to town. So I guess Frost Mage and Cataclysm is basically like a pet class. So you're like a warlock or a hunter. We just have this water elemental with us all the time, but we can't rename it. We could come up with our own name for this water elemental, like Berry or something. Celestine of the Harvest. Really cool name.
That's enough gabbing for me.
Make it quick. What is it?
Guess we could set Stormglen as our Hearthstone. It was automatically set to the stagecoach crash site as we progress through the zone, because if we hearth back to Duskhaven, which I think it was probably automatically set to Duskhaven, we would be underwater and we would be trapped from the rest of Gilneas because we can't scale the cliffs as a Worgen character. Not until level 60 when we unlock flying. You can use a flying mount like a griffin or hippogriff or whatever. Or a dragon. A little bit of a spoiler over there, but we can see a very important night elf. Which I actually don't know how important that character is. I've just heard that she's really important in future stories, but I haven't really seen anything. But Regna, Vile Brood Matriarch, which I have a video releasing tomorrow, which is a Guild Wars 2 video, but let's just say this area reminds me a lot of the contents of that video. Back to Stormglen. Don't forget to drink some water. So if I do /played, and then on the screen, we're an hour and 16 seconds in, so basically an hour exactly. I'm currently level 11, and we're at Stormglen Village, so that's how far / how fast we progressed.
Get gabbing or get going.
Ooh, our first green item with some intellect on it.
Make it quick.
And now let's go investigate the mill, which we saw something very interesting in there as we ran by. I should bind my attack to F1. If I go into dungeons, I probably want to keep my water elemental on passive. Belistria Starbreeze, or however you pronounce her name. But there's a dark scout down here. Go ahead and use the talisman. If we run down this way, and then let's deal with the scout. Where I really love this area of the road, and this tree up here that we are going to see very soon is like pretty important. I kind of forget the exact storyline going on, but it's like connected to the Emerald Dream or whatever. Got some new robes here. Let's take a look at these. Oh, that's cool. Tal'Doran is the name of the tree. We're like 1 kill, literally a single experience point away from leveling up. We're at 6,999 out of 7,000. So we might get it as we run down here, because when we explore Tal'Doran, we were probably going to get some experience, but when we turn in Tal'Doran, the Wild Home, we'll definitely level up to level 12. As we're doing a level 9 quest here. We didn't get experience from exploring Tal'Doran. Feral Worgen. You can see Lord Darius Crowley here. Now we're level 12. Howling Banshees. And let's get some moon leaves. I can go learn Evocation, which might be an important skill in dungeons. If you're just casting Frostbolt for like 10 minutes straight, you might want to use that. It's probably that and like arenas / maybe battlegrounds would be the time you run out of mana, or times you run out of mana. Got another. Oh no. You get a talent point every odd level until level 80, and then you start getting them every level. / you get a talent point at level 10 as well.
That smell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, the Cataclysm talent system isn't too bad. It feels similar to like vanilla, the Burning Crusade, and Wrath of the Shikeen, but like more straightforward, I guess, which can be a good thing. But then with Mr. Pandaria, people really don't like that talent tree, because it just becomes like you pick one of 3 different things every like 15 levels or whatever, so it's not really a tree. It's dramatically different than how it was in the game. You know, basically stayed like that until Dragonflight, where with Dragonflight it went back to being an actual talent tree. But I know a lot of people were talking about the Cataclysm having like bad talents, but it's not like Mr. Pandaria, where I think a lot of people think of Mr. Pandaria when they're like talking about like a talent system that they don't like. I think this is the same player we saw earlier. I think they were like way ahead of us, and then when we got to the stagecoach site, they were finishing up the quests, so that's why the Etten was like faced forward, that whole event thing. And now we've like caught up to them, and now we're going faster than them.
We do what we must.
And get the mysterious artifact. Tobias Mistmantle is with us. So back out this way. We're already level 12.5, and we've been this level for 2 or 3 minutes. I just keep pointing out like the leveling speed just because I find it funny, because we level so fast. Cataclysm scaling and choice journeys. We just did like a flip. That's cool. I like the silver leaf right next to the moon leaf, because it shares a model, but like the moon leaf is a lot smaller, so it kind of feels like the never talk to me or my child again meme. Here comes Tobias Mistmantle and Tal'Doran trackers. So they're going to distract the Dark Rangers, and you're going to run into here and get the Worn Coffer with the mysterious artifact. Kind of looks like a scythe or something. Oh, I just noticed my water elemental was despawned. It might have been because of like the Tobias stuff. Let's run this way. That other player is an herbalist. Hello, Darius.
We do what we must.
So let's drink from the Well of Fury, the Well of Tranquility, and the Well of Balance. And then we got this cool staff. Hopefully it looks cool. Oh,
Father!
it looks cool. Wait, that's really cool. Now we can go ahead and speak to Gwen Armstead. Wait, should we have like a cutscene here? Where Gen reveals that he is a Worgen.
You and your elven allies are hereby ordered to serve along the king's army. Cursed or not, you are still bound by Gilnean law.
Does this toad speak for you again? You come to our dwelling as a friend, or do you come as a tyrant?
No, old friend. I've come to you as an equal.
Impossible!
Again, it is not law that binds us. It is something far stronger. My men are ready to give their lives under your command.
It is decided then. We will unite all Gilneans and drive the Forsaken from our lands.
So Godfrey is very unhappy about this. And let's return to Stormglen, where this has been like the third big area, I guess. I don't know what you would classify as areas, like Stormglen Village and Blackwatch separate areas, and then the Stagecoach site separate areas, or is this like really like 3 small areas combined like one big area? I would classify it as that. I'm sure different people have different opinions about it. We got Gone City. Just moving around in my chair. Sorry about the noise. This chair is very comfy, but it does make a lot of noise. So I have to be careful when I'm like recording and stuff. I don't care too much about live streams. But then we have this area down here in Duskhaven. Then this area. And then I said Gone City. Now we're kind of coming up to this area. Could be maybe one area, and then one final area over here. So like 5 big areas. Duskhaven survivors. Must feel like really bad to be like a Gilnean who's following our journey, because we get like pushed out of Gone City and we go to Duskhaven, then we're pushed out of Duskhaven, and then we're just pushed further and further and further out until we're forced out of Gones.
Keep your chin up, eh?
So onwards and upwards. Why am I walking? Mage train over here. Let's stop by really quickly. Well, we're almost level 13.
Ain't you a chipper looking one?
And let's get evocation, and that's the only thing we have right now. So let's throw that there. So this basically just heals all of our mana. Oh, it only heals 60% of our mana in Cataclysm. That's interesting. Maybe more balanced. Though, like, 60% of a mana bar in Cataclysm is like, I don't know, 10 mana bars in vanilla. Let's just run out this way. And then once these spiders attack, let's go ahead. Frost Nova them, and then they're rooted there for 5 more seconds. And then, conveniently, this comes off cooldown, so we can sprint away. Here's Kryn Uranus, leveled up to level 13. And we have this very cool bridge here. And this very cool area. And another talent point. Let's put it into Piercing Ice. And let's go into stealth mode once we reach Tempest Reach. And we can go ahead and find 2 different characters, Lord Walden, Baron Ashbury. And then we also have the Lord Godfrey character, which You may recognize these three characters because I did a stream like 4 months ago where I ran through the new version of Shadowfang Keep. And of course, these three characters are bosses. We also have Lord Huel right there. We have to be careful of the mountain mastiffs because they will see through our stealth, but all the different watchmen will not. And this mastiff is kind of annoying. Let's just slowly go up this way. Another very cool bridge there to this very cool lighthouse here at Tempest's Reach. Can I come this way, jump here? I think it might help that I'm 6 levels higher than the mastiff. So let's come up here. Can get our first one of the lords, Baron Ashbury to be specific. I think we're like killing both of them. Here's Baron Ashbury. Can we come this way? He does not see us, which is funny, but we're away from the guards there. And then we can kill him very quietly, very stealthily. But Lord Godfrey took King Greymane prisoner, and he managed to convince Baron Ashbury and Lord Worgen to participate in this. So we're just going to try to kill the 2 lords so we don't have to kill all the watchmen. Just use this ability and let's quickly just come through here. Love the road sign. I love all the sheep just in the road here. Like whenever you see giant herds of sheep just hanging out in the road, it's kind of fun. Though maybe annoying if you're trying to get somewhere. Some sheep up on the hills there. And then Lord Worgen should be in here. Let's sneak into the house and then up to the 2nd floor. There he is. Basically melee combat. I dealt so much damage with that fire blast. Let's go into stealth here. And then we need to come this way. And this guy saw us, which is not good. Re-stealth. Out of combat. I thought I was going to take like 1 point of damage from falling there and be knocked out of the stealth again. Can I come this way, I guess? I was going to say, can I jump up there? But this way is fine. Let's get into here before the mastiff comes by. And chat with Gen. Let's get the cloak. And then flank the Forsaken.
No, I'd sooner die than have one of your kind for a king.
Here we can see Lord Godfrey would rather die than have the King of Gilneas be a Worgen, so he jumps off the cliff there. We got Lord Worgen's top hat, which is really cool. And oh, we've unlocked 2 forms now. I was wondering about that. But this, we can transform into a human character now. And then we can use this to have a really cool animation to become a Worgen. But if you're in human form and you start going into combat, you just instantly transform into a Worgen. So it skips that animation. I guess this area right here is just very open. I guess a lot of pastures for the Ghanaians to raise horses and sheep and whatnot. But I love like all the bridges going into Ghanaias. I guess there's 4 bridges specifically, because we have the one here that goes out towards like Duskhaven and the Greymane Manor, and then one that goes out here towards Tempest's Reach, and then one that goes towards the main wall, the main entrance to Ghanaias, the Greymane Wall. Let's try and remember the name of this town. Can't remember. We're about to see it. It's like Eben something village. We'll see it in just a second. I was trying to see if it's in here, but it is not. Unless I missed it. Nope. That's cool. Right there, because you can see the island in Hillspread Foothills that has like the ruined tower on it. We can see it from here inside Gilneas. Which with Gilneas being added to Cataclysm, when you're at the tower you can see Gilneas from there. Yeah, I think the level you're supposed to be leaving the zone at is level 12. Because we're getting pretty close to the end. And these quests are level 10. We're at this outpost with Lorna. I said it there. Emberstone Mine. So Emberstone Village. So let's run this way. We can kill Brothog and free some enslaved Ghanaians. And then we also need to get some stag meat. So back to some more traditional quests. Collect some items, kill a boss, free some prisoners. A very cool village there. Here we are, Emberstone Mine. Which there's the battleground battle for Gilneas, which is basically like Arathi Basin but 3 points. So kind of just like Conquest in Guild Wars 2, but you don't get points for killing enemy players. And like, I guess it's 15 versus 15 player. But it's not anything like we see in Gilneas. It's just like the assets from Gilneas, but it's like a standalone map with like its own like, you know, geography and layout and whatnot. Instead of it being like, you know, Emberstone Mine, like in a battleground. I think Brothog is pretty deep into the mine, so we might have a lot of fighting to get out of here. I was about to summon my water elemental, but I think there's a shortcut where we can drop down, and that will not be good to do with a water elemental because it'll come running after us.
It's locked.
Three of them are attacking me. About to be a fourth oh, maybe this is where I die. Okay, I got stunned. Let's summon this. Can I do that? Oh no. There's my first death, and I cannot release spirit. Why not? I cannot do anything. Is it because I had like the water elemental thing? Can I reload? There we go. I think my UI got bugged. Oh, we're so far away. Wow. It's like we're in vanilla. Tracking. So don't get attacked by 4 melee enemies at once as a mage. It will end poorly. It's kind of fun that we died though. We were dominating everything in the zone. And we were like going through there pretty easily. We just got overwhelmed. We have last meal here, where we're about to lay siege to our own city of Gilneas because there's a bunch of Forsaken in there. So we'll probably lose some soldiers in the process. Back into the mine. Let's be careful as we respawn. Also, I used my only health potion, but that's probably fine. So let's respawn here. I'm gonna have this guy. Where of course our skeleton is of a Worgen and not a human. I wonder if there's a way to die as a human when you're a Worgen. Because I think if you like die to fall damage, you get transformed into a Worgen character, even though you die. Okay. Got through here. Let's sneak down here. And then we need to find Brothog, the slave master. Let's kill this one slave driver first. Let's kill this guy. He hooked us towards him. Okay, now we could just blitz out of here. I could hearth out, but it takes us to Stormglen Village, which is very far away. Which I think that's the last inn in Gilneas until we get out of here. Which eventually will be like over here, and like that's very far away. Okay, let's use our rush. Looks like everything is still dead, so if we get out of here quickly. Cataclysm spawn rates can be hit or miss. Sometimes it's like instant, sometimes it's very long. Now let's find some of the stags, and then we can return back. We're starting to get like more and more crits now, so maybe the piercing ice is actually beneficial. Increase our crit strike chance of expose by 3%. I wonder if it shows total percentage chance. Crit chance 6.14%. So I wonder if that includes the thing, or if it's on top of it. So basically our spells have like a 10% chance to critically hit, if that's how that works. Our item level is 4. I wonder when we unlock Blink. Level 16. Get Time Warp at level 85. Which is the Mage version of Bloodlust, where they add a Bloodlust for Mage to try to allow for more diversity in group comps. So, not everybody had to bring a Shaman or a Paladin. But Bloodlust, Heroism, and Time Warp are basically the same buff. And you're not allowed to benefit from any of them once you're affected by one of them. This one person's kind of catching up to us because we died. I cut out a couple minutes of our journey. Here's Lorna Crowley once again, turning everything. Marcus. But upgrade.
Make it quick.
Coin will
Let's
go
just
a
sell
long
some
way
things
here.
really quickly. Clear a little bit of space. Flying Worgen robes. Wee! That's the flavor text. Okay.
Always a pleasure.
Let's summon our water elemental as we lay siege to Emberstone Village over here. Push them out. We just have to kill a few undead in here. Oh, the player's like close by? I got the message that they were gathering Earthroot, but I don't see them anywhere. Oh, there she is. Leveled up to level 14, 4 levels higher than them. Alright, level 15 we get our next talent point, but we can learn Polymorph now. Which I think by this point in Cataclysm, there's like a bunch of different types of Polymorph, like customization options. So you can like transform them into like a sheep, or you're like a pig or a turtle, I think. And there's more and more and more as World of Warcraft evolves. This music's very tense. It's still going. It's not stopping. Now it stopped. That was so tense. There we go. Back this way. This is a 1 armor upgrade, but we lose out on 1 point of strength, but I don't think strength is really important for us as a mage, but it just increases our attack power. So technically this might be an upgrade, but it doesn't look as cool.
What is it? Make it quick.
The battle for Gilneas City. So let's go ahead and speak with Kryn and Aranis to join the battle, and let's take back our city.
Forsaken think we are weak. A broken people. They think we'll roll over like a scared dog. How wrong they are. We will fight them in the fields until the last trench collapses and the last cannon is silenced. We will fight them on the streets until the last shot is fired. And when there is no more ammunition, we'll crush their skulls with the stones that pave our city. We will fight them in the alleys until our knuckles are skinned and bloody and our rapiers lay on the ground shattered. And if we find ourselves surrounded and disarmed, wounded and without hope, we will lift our heads in defiance and spit in their faces. But we will never surrender! Gilneas!
This is a really cool scene. Just running across this bridge. The Forsaken on one end, the militia running in. So, I think there's supposed to be something at the top of our screen. Let's reload our UI. We're back in Merchant Square, right where we started our adventures. We've come full circle around the city. But I guess we're just killing the infantry here. I'm scared that it's bugged. Oops. I did not mean to disable the add-on. Let's reload Questy. I don't know why I did that. I pressed the wrong button. So they're running back there. Let's just keep killing undead. I think we're doing the right thing.
It's too far away.
I think we just have to make our way through the city like this. There's a Dark Ranger elite up there. Multiple of them. She's attacking me. Liam is somewhere. Oh, there he is. Yeah, this is definitely pretty buggy. Unlucky.
I can't cast that yet. I'm still recharging.
Oh, I wonder if it's going to be buggy for the other person. Like, even buggier. Because, like, we started it. We're partway through.
Abominations are blocking the way towards the military district. This won't be easy.
Okay. So I think...
The villagers were thankful to have Emberstone back. They brought us a little something to help against the Forsaken.
We can attack the abominations like this,
I can't cast that
which is
yet.
nice.
That spell isn't ready yet. That
So
spell
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a UI element at the top of the screen.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Okay, I think we progressed through this part. Are these abominations going to attack? They are. And they deal quite a bit of damage, but we heal really quickly. Okay, here's Crowley. We're at the other bridge here in the military district. But I think the next thing is we want to hop onto here. And then we come into here. And then we're about to have a boss fight in here. And the catapults do self-destruct, but there's multiple catapults around. Gore rot.
I can't cast that yet.
Okay, that catapult's destroyed.
Go strong. Use the cannonballs to bring him down.
I'm pressing 1, but it's not working. Excuse me. That's not good. Might have just wasted this catapult. I guess we could also just deal damage normally. Maybe this catapult will work. Okay, this catapult is also not working. So I guess we'll do this the old-fashioned way, even though you're not supposed to. Maybe this catapult that respawned will work. It does not work. Okay, I guess we'll just slowly kill this guy. It's cool to see the Worgen. Oh, he's focused on me. Why? It's cool to see the Worgen like climbing all over this enemy. You can see them like on the head and on the arms, just hanging on and slashing away.
Use the cannonballs to bring him down.
Maybe one of these catapults will work? Because the one back there works. Nope. This is the catapult that I picked up and it works. So maybe this one will work. Okay, this one's broken now. It's so weird. But he's almost dead. Okay, he's focused on me. Not good, not good, not good.
I can't cast that yet.
It doesn't help that the Worgen keep resetting every like 30 seconds. Okay, let's run this way. Okay, Darius taunted.
Who's the cannibals in the ring and go?
It's interesting to see how quickly the Forsaken set up shop here. Because this looks like a Forsaken laboratory now, just here in the military district.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
I wonder if this abomination was made by,
I don't have a
or
tongue.
made up of Ghanaians. That would be horrible. Okay, Liam ran off that way. Darius is running that way. I think we're progressing into Greymane Court next. I think we're almost at the end of this specific story step.
I can't cast that yet.
I think there's supposed to be talking going on, but there's no talking. Oh. Okay, Darius is running back and forth. Where is Liam?
For my people.
I think Liam is supposed to continue this way. Maybe let's just run this way, because this seems horribly bugged. It was less bugged on launch. That's not good. Let's just run this way. Maybe it will force the events to happen. If we like get in range of their triggers or whatever. However, I'm taking quite a bit of damage. Okay, now it looks like the talking is going. I'm not sure if that was because of me or not. But we can see Lady Sylvanas, Windrunner, the Banshee Queen. Let's go ahead and eat. Okay, I think Gin is supposed to be over here. But Liam might be running this way now, so I guess let's run back this way. Let's kill this group.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
I don't see Liam and Darius coming. That's not good. Oh boy.
I can't cast that yet.
These guards aren't attacking me because I'm attacking somebody in their group, which is kind of funny.
I can't cast that yet.
I don't think that's intended either.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Guess let's go ahead and heal up real quick. It's a real shame that Cataclysm is so buggy. Oh, I think Liam was there, but he's running away. Oh, here he comes. Here comes Darius. At last. Okay, kill this crossbowman. Okay, and I killed everything in front of you for the next little bit. So can you run this way uninterrupted? We have made it into Greymane Court. Now we have a bunch of infantry here. And there's King Gin Greymane walking in.
Retreat, Liam. We've got them right where we want them.
The third bridge now. There's a ton of infantry attacking Gin Greymane there. A relatively epic moment now with Gin and Sylvanas fighting each other.
That's still recharged. I need a target. I don't have a target.
I guess we can go ahead and land some attacks on Sylvanas ourselves.
I can't cast that yet.
What just happened? I just got teleported out of the city. And I have to restart.
The Forsaken think we are weak.
And the entire story's just starting again.
They think we'll roll over like a scared dog. How wrong they are.
Can I run back this way? Let's see. We're back at the start and everything's respawned. I guess this is a good summation of Cataclysm right now. Very, very buggy. I think I'm gonna run out this way.
But we will never surrender! Gilneas!
I think I'm gonna just hang out here. And I think I might come back another day and I might do the battle for Gilneas City, where there's a really important thing that happens at the end of it, but we can chat about that after the facts. But if I can complete this like entire story encounter thing off stream, I'll probably be good, and then we could finish the Gilneas starting zone in another stream. Where I was wanting to do everything in one stream, but I don't think I want to run through this again right now, and it's getting late. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this stream good here, and then we can go ahead and pick up with this later and explore a bunch of other stuff. Where I might do another stream before I get back to this point, but thank you all for watching this stream. It's unfortunate that so much stuff in Cataclysm is so buggy, and it kind of just makes it like kind of just a bad experience overall, but it's still fun to kind of go through a little bit of a nostalgia trip, because I have a lot of memories of playing through the Worgen starting zone when I was younger. But I hope you all have a good evening, and thanks for watching. And thanks for hanging out with our water elemental here. Let's call him Barry.